Forget something, detective? Oh, pardon me, I mistook you all for someone else. Welcome to the Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, no need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. You four look quite young. Have you gotten into some trouble with loans? Or perhaps you're looking to open business together? Come now, ask me anything. No, sir, it's nothing like that. This guy's got a lot of energy for an old man. So this is the famous Grizzly Grim. See, the rumors are true. Hold on. Now I've taken a closer look, I can't help but feel as if I've seen you somewhere before, young man. Are you one of the kids that used to live in this neighborhood? Wow, you remember? That's right. I lived in one of the apartment complexes here about 3 years ago. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name's Lord Bannings. So, you did leave here. Yes, that explains why you look so familiar. Wait. Bannings? Then could you be Guy Bannings' younger brother? Huh? Yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? More than just knew him, we... Never mind. I suppose you're here to discuss something important. Come on in, you can fill me in on the details once we take a seat. Oh, and where are my manners? I'm Lan Grimwood, lawyer and head of this law firm. I see. I was wondering when I would meet the SSS that Sergei told me he was putting together. Yes, now that I think about it, I read an article in the Crossbow Times about you. Certainly showed diligence and stuck right out of the gate, didn't you? Sounds like our first job might have been a little exaggerated. So Guy's younger brother's a police officer now too. My, how wonderful. I can only imagine this is Adios' will. Mr. Grimwood, can I ask what your relationship was with my brother? Well, the same one I expect you and I will have now. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of information with me. As I'm sure you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. So I'd wager he ended up helping me far more than I was able to help him. Wait a moment. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? Hell, man, why didn't you tell us about him? Sorry guys, I guess it just never came up. Besides, Guy's no longer with us. You mean, he was killed in the line of duty. About 3 years ago now. Oh, that explains why you left Crossbell. What happened to Guy truly was tragic. Believe it or not, I conducted my own investigations into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist eluded me. Is that so? Well, let's put that aside for now. It's not why we've come today. Mr. Grimwood, we've explained our situation to you. Is there anything you could share with us pertaining to Ravash or its recent activities? Ravash, huh? There's a name surrounded by nothing but sinister rumors. Illegal dealings with both the Empire and the Republic. Selling of stolen goods, mirror laundering, weapon trafficking, and even operating as the middlemen for hiring Jaegers. I'd say it's more than likely they take advantage of Crossbow's unique situation to aid them in each and every one of their long list of crimes. What do you mean by unique situation? What he means is, while trade and commerce have grown exponentially over the past few years, Crossbow's political foundation is quickly deteriorating, right? While Crossbellian politics are currently in an extremely fragile state, the majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or Republic and are nothing more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. Even if some kind of legislation to crack down on Ravash was proposed, it would never pass. There are simply too many Diet members in their pockets. For real? Damn. Okay, Ryuji. Unfortunately, he's correct. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I'd like to admit. That's likely the main reason the police can't touch him. The issue seems quite complicated, or perhaps I'm simply too young to understand. Does this mean Ravash can't commit any crime they want with no repercussions? No, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. If the government were to turn a blind eye to any obvious crimes on their part, I'm sure it would send Crossbellians and our surrounding nations in an uproar. Therefore, Ravash has been careful to avoid directly interfering with citizenry's daily lives. However, as long as they don't actually cross that line, the CPD won't lay a finger on them. They've overlooked so many of Ravash's smaller crimes that they can't see what they've all added up to. This can't be real. Reality ain't so pretty. Behind all the city's neon lights, there are demons lurking beneath the shadows. Ouroboros! You'd only wonder what sort of information is inside those highly classified documents. Anyway, that's essentially all I know about Ravash. However, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Really? Could you explain? I hear that even the CPD has only just acquired this intel. Apparently, a new faction strong enough to oppose Ravash has recently surfaced. And by all accounts, they are quite powerful indeed. A new faction? Surely it's not the Bracer Guild, right? No, the faction isn't a threat to Ravash, but they're looking to bring them justice. They're a threat because they're in the same line of business. See, there's a powerful organization that operates out of the Republic's eastern quarter. It's already managed to worm its way into Crossbell. What? You're certain of this? Yes, previous rumors on the organization turned out to be true, so I have no reason to be skeptical now. They're called... Hayu? Hayu. I'll go with that. It's a weird word to pronounce. Just recently, a new commercial unit, registered under the name of Hayu Trading, opened for business in the Harbor District. Hayu. Hayu. I can't, dude. It sounds so weird no matter what I say. The name certainly seems to be of Eastern origins. I want to hear them say it in Japan so I can better pronounce it. If things go south, it'd mean a war between two organized crime groups. Petty fights we've seen between the street gangs will be nothing compared to that. You're absolutely right. At the very least, there haven't been overt signs of a dispute between the two groups just yet. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they began battling each other outside the public eye. The First Division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. You don't say. So the man with glasses who left right when we arrived was... Yes, that was Detective Dudley from the First Division. Coincidentally, he was asking me questions on the same topic. A coincidence indeed. Lloyd? You went quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something? Yeah, I still need time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't be able to find the lead we needed to move forward with our investigation. I'm just glad I could be of assistance. Sergei's always been a tremendous help to me, so personally I'll be praying for your success. If you ever run into any problems, you're welcome to stop by here anytime. For the guy. So what's the next course of action? Should we go back to the SSS building and sort through all the information we've gathered? Good idea. Before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we have to take care of. If my hunch about the truth of the incident is correct, let's just say we're in for a bumpy ride. We'll just have to buckle up then, won't we? Anyhow, let's head back to base once we've crossed off everything on our to-do list. Sound good? Yeah, it does. Let's make haste. Words. So, this is probably the... We'll make sure we did everything, and I think we did. Oops, I keep forgetting the button, this triangle. We did all the support requests. They're all done. They are simply all complete. I'm trying to remember, I know the Cold Steel prologue wasn't too long. The Cold Steel prologue wasn't like super long. I think this Trails in the Sky prologue was like at least 4 to 5 hours. Can't remember. What's that? A message maybe? There's a note stuck to the bulletin board. I've got some errands to run. Wrap up the case however you see fit. Sergei. Oh, I guess he stepped out. What a shock. Who wants to bet that he ran away because the case seems like a pain in the ass? We cannot rule out that possibility. Well, at the very least, we've been given permission to solve the case however we like. So with that in mind, what's our next step? Should we review what we know? Yeah, definitely. Start the meeting and expect the exclamation mark at the table. Just want to see if there's anything else to do. There is not. If 5,500 Mira, I could probably buy a few items. Maybe. I wasn't sure before, but I mean, if we have some items, why not? These are foods. This is for the happy sandwich? For the happy ham sandwich? There's a chest back there too, there's so many! Antique shop. These are crazy expensive. Where do I buy bombs in this, in Crossbell? So many shops. Maybe the West Street? Maybe it's like the marketplace. The Harbor District has a lot of those. This is food. These bombs are like the only thing I really want to invest in. Oh, there's more in the department store? That makes sense. Department stores are normally big. Okay, this is base items. This is what I want. Give me a few of these. Maybe like 2 of these. Like 3 of these. 1 more of these. And then... got this already. That should be fine for now. We haven't done too much combat yet, so we should be okay. So how do I rest in my room, I'm assuming? How to go rest? Yeah. Doesn't heal CP, but I really only need HP. Especially for Lloyd. Start the meeting. Let's get the meeting started then. First off, we should review all the info relevant to the case. The incident took place around midnight, 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber Vipers and Testaments were each ambushed by unknown assailants. However, the attacks occurred at 2 different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. X marks the spot. Testament's member was attacked in the alleyway to the west, and the Saber Viper got messed up in the front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at opposite ends of the area. Exactly. By spacing them this far apart, it prevented each group from immediately learning about the attack on the Order. So consequently, each group came to a conclusion that they were attacked by the other, which is what we confirmed today. Yeah, the only answer that makes sense is that there was a third party involved. Once both groups rehearsed their accounts, chances of either group being responsible for attacking the other are pretty slim. Agreed. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume that the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. But we already have an idea who that third party might be, isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, they're the ones in control of Crossbow's criminal underbelly, the notorious mafia Ravash & Co. According to the intel Grace shared with us, someone spotted mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. But for now, let's continue to review with the assumption that Ravash was responsible for both attacks. That just brings up the next question. What was their motive? Exactly. Figuring out the answer to that is crucial. If we can't figure out their motive, we're all the way back to square one. Motive, huh? There's hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the two gangs. There must be some line that connects three dots together. These three dots together. I imagine you already have some idea what that is, don't you, Lloyd? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course. But I think there's at least one thing that might connect these three factors. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is the presence of Heiyui. Heiyui? Heiyui. I'm gonna say Heiyui. Oh, right, our Grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, though, what about Heiyui connects these three? In order for them to be connected, there must be some necessity. For example, was it this connection with Heiyui that made the attacks against the two gangs unavoidable? Yeah, that would explain everything. Oh? What you thinking? Well, about the necessity Tio mentioned, what do you think Ravash would do if they found out Heiyui was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Well, I imagine they'd want to build up their forces pronto. Recruit more people, upgrade their weaponry, you know. Ravash should have no problems getting new weapons given their known smuggling operations. How do they go about recruiting people? Good question. Normally, you'd hire Jaegers. That's unlikely in Crossbow's case given the scrutiny the neighboring countries put on us. So long as the non-aggression pact stands, Ereboni and Kalvar would never overlook unauthorized Jaegers entering the state. The two Diet factions representing them would likely react the same way too. Oh, that's it! Lloyd, could the Mafia be recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined, can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beat up the Mafia's presence in the city. But there are certain individuals in each gang preventing that, aren't there? Right. I could never see Wazi cooperating with the Mafia, and I doubt Wazi would bow down to any kind of authority, even Ravash. He's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So Ravash realizes this and plots to weaken the two gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. Hell, that must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make sense of them. Oh, look at you being all modest. I think that your analysis of the situation isn't too far off from the truth, Lloyd. Your reasoning was sound and logical. Clearly, your detective certifications were well earned. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So everyone, our next move should be to explain our theory to those two, don't you think? Those two? Hey, you don't mean... I sure do. Walled Whales and Wazi Hemisphere, leaders of the Saber Vipers and Testaments. Station Street, near where the construction materials are stored. Asking me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night? Who do these police brats think they're dealing with? Is that the last train bound for Calvard? Yes, I believe it was. Wazi. Good evening, Wald. This is probably gonna go on for a while, right? I actually thought in my head, I saved right before this, so I'm actually gonna stop here. I'm sorry, but I actually thought that the meeting would like end the prologue, so I was like, maybe I can go a little more and finish the prologue, but I think I'm just gonna stop here because I'm really hungry and there's still a lot of scenes, I bet. But that's fine because I literally just saved right before the meeting, so this should be really easy to get to. But yeah, Trails from Zero is really fun so far. Like, I'm honestly really interested in the setup they got going on with Crossbell and the whole SSS. So like, it's doing a lot better at gripping me, I feel. Like, despite this being a Trails game, I'm interested. So I look forward to playing more. But yeah, those of you watching, hope you all enjoyed. When we come back next time, we will continue this scene, finish off the prologue, I bet. Probably, maybe. I honestly thought that would have finished off the prologue. Maybe we're near the end of it. And really see where the game goes. I'm excited for it. But yeah, we'll do Dragon Quest Monsters tomorrow. It's been a while since I played Dragon Quest Monsters, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. Wednesday will be Lunar, and the next Zero stream will be on Thursday. So yeah, thank you all for watching. See you all next time.